Hello and welcome to Mythical RC. Today we're going to do a very simple job and really just a couple of minutes job, but it's a job that I've been asked about a few times, so I thought I'd just run through it on a video and help you do it. Today we're going to convert an engine from a pull start to a roto-start system, which is the electronic start system. It's a very simple job to do. All we need to do is remove the engine from the car. As you can see in this one here, I have removed the engine from the car. This one here actually has a good pull start, which works well. Most times the reason you're replacing this is because the pull start has broken or continually breaks. In this situation, this one is a good pull start, so we're just going to change this over and put a roto-start backplate on. So I just want to explain very quickly how to do it. It's very simple. We're going to quickly remove the small screws, and when I say small screws I mean short screws. So let's have a look at that in my hand, and you can see they're short hex screws that are holding the pull start on. Remove the short screws and then the pull start should just lift off. And what we need to do is make sure that when we take the pull start off, make sure that we can release the one-way bearing. And the one-way bearing is the bearing that stops the pull start from being pulled once the engine has started, or stops the rotor start from spinning once the engine has started. So there we are. That's the pull start off, and on the back here is the one-way bearing, and you can see it converts from a round shaft to a hex shaft, which is what we're going to need for the rotor start. So just to make sure that it's on the right way round, because excuse me, because if it's on the wrong way round, we'll be trying to start the engine in reverse, or indeed it'll just spin freely and won't actually turn the engine over. So in this case, this is the right way round, and we always know by this part of the engine here, which is where the pull start was, and if we try and turn that, it turns the engine over. Now the rotor start is a very simple retrofit to where the pull start was. In this case, we're going to use this rotor start. This particular one has it's a ball and pin drive rather than the hex drive, and it very simply fits onto the back of the engine. Now I've already put in place, you can see I've already put in place the hex bolts that hold this on, and the hex bolts for a rotor start are longer than the hex bolts for a pull start. So it's very simply a case of fitting it over the bearing, and once it's over the bearing, literally with the right Allen key, literally screwing it into position onto the back of the engine. And once that's done, we're now converted to a rotor start system. And in some situations you might find that the rotor start, where the rotor start enters the engine, you might find that it's impeded, or you can't get there because of the suspension assembly on the car. Once the engine is back in the car, there we are, that's all done. So that's now put on a rotor start. So what we're going to do now is insert our rotor start shaft into there, push the button, and away we go. As I say, on some engines it's possible that the rotor start system here may impede on the engine, so you may have to turn it round slightly, either by 90 or 180 degrees to make it fit. On some engines you can also rotate the back plate to help that. On others you can't, and be very careful if you do decide to rotate the back plate, because you just need to make sure that the piston still clears the back plate assembly. And there we are, that's it. That is how to fit a rotor start system onto, in this case it's an HPI engine, or a Mach HPI engine, but it could be onto any engine you like. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.